Our favorite rebels are back in Andor Season 2.
The Empire cannot win.
And the real lives of the cast? It's just as thrilling as the series itself. Why did Stellan Scarsgard struggle filming alongside his own kids? What surprising passion does Adria Arjona share with her boyfriend Jason Momoa? And what souvenir did Diego Luna take home after filming?
I was stopped in security in Heathrow, and the guys like unwrapped the thing and they were like, "Oh, what is that?"
Let's find out. Stellan Scarsgard as Luthen Rael. At 73, this Swedish legend is still kicking Empire butt, and we love to see it. With nearly 60 years in the business, he's had plenty of iconic roles. You might know him as Professor Lambeau in Good Will Hunting, Bootstrap Bill in Pirates of the Caribbean, or Boris Sherbina in Chernobyl. Most recently, he terrified us all as Baron Harkonnen in Dune. And when it came to joining Andor, Stellan had a very relatable reason. I was happy that I had my own spaceship. You're like 10 years old when you sit down behind the controls. You become very silly, but it's very fun. Of course, it wasn't just about playing space games. What really sold him was the writing. Luthen Rael is the ultimate double agent. By day, charming art dealer on Coruscant. By night, wig off, blaster out, Empire beware.
He's a human being, and he has to make decisions that are horrible sometimes. And if he didn't, it wouldn't work.
Speaking of intense scenes, remember that fiery speech?
I burned my life to make a sunrise that I know I'll never see.
Yep, he nailed that monologue after doing it 10 times. Off-screen, Stellan's just as legendary. The actor was previously married to Swedish doctor Maj Skarsgård until 2007 and has been with Irish screenwriter and producer Megan Everett since 2009. He's a father of 8, including 4 actors you definitely know: Alexander, Gustav, Bill, and Walter. But filming with family? Not always easy. The first time we came on set, we started laughing and couldn't stop. But it's lovely because you have the same kind of humor. You have the same kind of way of reading the script. And it's very easy, and it's very safe. And also, you feel loved. It's very nice. All right, now let's talk about his supporter in Rebellion. Genevieve OReilly as Senator Mon Mothma. The 48-year-old actress knows exactly what makes the series so powerful.
I feel like Andor lives under the umbrella of Star Wars, but at its heart, it's really just an exploration of us, of our humanity, of that heroes can be broken.
Genevieve has been playing Mon Mothma for almost 20 years since Revenge of the Sith. But it's only in Andor that she's finally been able to really dive into the character.
And we get to learn about her not just as a senator, but as a woman. What her life is like, what she has to wrestle with, what are the dangers to her life, what it costs to be her.
And Season 2 gave her something she'll never forget, her favorite filming day ever.
And that is the big sequence at the end of episode 3 when there is that dance number.
Due to the strikes, filming had to pause for a while. But when the cast and crew reunited for that scene, it became a memory she'll always treasure.
It was artistically really satisfying. We were really reaching for something. And the costumes and that set, this is like a Renaissance painting. It was beautiful.
Outside the Star Wars universe, you might have seen her in The Young Victoria, Tin Star, or The Secret. And when the cameras stop rolling, Genevieve's all about family. She lives in London with her husband, chiropractor Luke Mulvihill, and their 2 kids. I love my family. I love being with them and spending time with them. And they are at the core of who I am. Before we move on, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a deep dive into your favorite stars. And now, let's shift our focus to the show's villains. Kyle Soller as Cyril Karn. From the stage to the shadows of the Empire, this guy knows how to make an entrance. Before joining Andor, Kyle made serious waves in the theater world, even nabbing the 2019 Laurence Olivier Award for Best Actor for The Inheritance.
It's the most amazing thing ever. Thank you so much.
On screen, you might have spotted him in Anna Karenina, Marrowbone, Poldark, or Bodies. And now, he's back in the galaxy far, far away for Season 2.
It feels like it's been turned up to 11. Yeah, so happy.
Cyril Karn might look like your average rule-obsessed space cop, but there's way more going on under that tightly buttoned collar. I think one of the things that originally drew me to the project was that Tony had written this really complicated, normal core, confused young man who is incredibly primed to be engulfed and eaten up by an organization like the Empire. And if Season 1 felt gripping, buckle up.
It's darker, it's more intense, it's got a lot of heart, a lot more emotion. Everything is just dialed up.
In real life, though, Kyle's doing just fine. The 41-year-old is happily married to actress Phoebe Fox. Let's check in with his on-screen partner in crime. Denise Goff as Dedra Miro. Rooting for Cyril and Dedra's twisted romance? Well, the actress has some bad news.
They fit each other's wound somehow, but unfortunately, Dedra is really not capable. She can't help but manipulate because her one true love is the Empire.
And in Season 2, things are getting even darker for her character.
This season, I find Adria to be monstrous. I find her to be very, very dangerous. She does monstrous things.
But playing someone this ruthless, Denise sees it as a gift.
It's a profound privilege to play somebody who you get to show the very worst of what a person is capable of doing when they refuse to see anything outside the world that they believe in.
Before joining Andor, Goff had a long and winding road to the spotlight. Her big break came at 35 in the National Theatre's People, Places and Things, which critics absolutely raved about. On screen, she appeared in several British TV shows and movies, most notably in Colette, Too Close, and Under the Banner of Heaven. As for her personal life, the 45-year-old keeps it locked down tighter than an imperial base. No confirmed relationships, but one thing's crystal clear. Denise is just as fierce off-screen. She's a vocal feminist and a strong supporter of the Equal Representation for Actresses campaign, fighting for 50-50 gender splits in casting. Well, it's time to turn the spotlight to our next rebel. Forest Whitaker as Saw Gerrera. This 63-year-old legend really needs no introduction. Whitaker has built one of the most powerful resumes in Hollywood, stacked with award-winning performances, from Platoon and Good Morning Vietnam to The Butler and The Last King of Scotland, which earned him the Academy Award for Best Actor.
Because acting for me is about believing in that connection, and it's a connection so strong, it's a connection so deep that we feel it, and through our combined belief, we can create a new reality.
When it comes to Andor, the actor keeps things mysterious, but he's clearly proud of his return as Saw Gerrera.
You know, I love playing him. As some of my better work, I think. It'd be fun to see.
Recently, he also appeared in the series Godfather of Harlem. That project was extra special. He shared the screen with his daughter, True, and Whitaker isn't surprised she followed in his footsteps. His kids have always been part of his creative process.
They always helped me learn my lines, and she was always helping me in the most. And it paid off, I guess.
Off-screen, Forrest was married to actress Keisha Nash. The two met on the set of the film Blown Away and tied the knot in 1996. Together, they raised a blended family of 4. Sadly, in 2018, Forrest filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. And in heartbreaking news, Keisha Nash passed away in January 2024 at the age of 51. According to her death certificate obtained by TMZ, the cause was alcoholic liver disease. Still, Whitaker remains active and impactful. He's a UNESCO Special Envoy for Peace and Reconciliation, practices yoga, holds a black belt in Kenpo, and is a dedicated vegetarian. Okay, let's talk about one of the most beloved droids in the galaxy, Alan Tudyk as K2SO. We got a tiny glimpse of the towering droid back in Season 1. But let's be real, it wasn't the same sarcastic, brutally honest buddy from Rogue One.
Although there's a problem on the horizon. There's no horizon.
While it's still unclear how K2SO fits into Andor, one thing is certain. Fans are thrilled to see this guy finally make a proper return. And Season 2 hints at not only his backstory, but also the beginning of that legendary partnership with Cassian. The droid is brought to life by the incredibly versatile Alan Tudyk.
He's a lot of different things. He's many things. He can be violent, cold.
We will make it no more than 33% of the way before we are killed.
He's funny.
I find that answer vague and unconvincing.
To truly become the 7-foot droid, the actor tested out bionic limbs and walked on stilts, all to help him get into that mechanical mindset. And unlike Anthony Daniels, who famously endured full-body C-3PO armor, Tudyk lucked out. I certainly did not want to put on a suit. I like CGI. On screen, Alan is a master of voices and expressions. You can recognize him as Hi-Hi in Moana, the suspicious Duke Weaselton in Zootopia, or even the quirky Chatsberry in Adventure Time. In real life, the 54-year-old is also doing great. He's been married to choreographer Carissa Barton since 2016. All right, let's move on to one seriously charming rebel lady. Adria Arjona as Bix Colleen. The actress was previously married to lawyer Edgardo Canales for 4 years, but it seems she's found love again in 2024 with none other than Aquaman himself, Jason Momoa. The couple has reportedly been dating for a year now, and they're absolutely gushing over each other. And it's no surprise that Arjona's into big bikes. Considering Momoa isn't just an avid rider, he's also a collector of vintage and custom motorcycles.
My lady likes to ride, yeah.
And the 32-year-old is clearly feeling the love and support in every way.
It's really beautiful and special to have a partner that you can kind of bounce ideas off of and be creative, and I trust his taste and his opinion. He's such an artist, so I feel really lucky that I have his brain to pick.
As for her career, Adria's breakout roles include a recurring arc in True Detective Season 2, as well as Hitman and Blink twice. And the role of Bix, that one really stuck with her, literally.
I have a little tattoo of an X for Bix. I love this character so much, and I was a wreck when I had to say bye to her.
Finally, let's talk about our favorite pilot, Diego Luna as Cassian Andor. Unfortunately, starring in Star Wars didn't exactly make the actor a cool guy in his son's eyes.
I thought I was gonna be his hero after being in Star Wars, and it didn't happen.
Oh.
No.
It never happens.
Well,
with
because
kids.
I die in the film, so he goes like, that's it?
But lucky for Diego and for us, Cassian was back in Andor. And this time, his kids were all in.
I would say like a complex show, because my son loves it, my daughter loves it.
And let's be real, the fact that their dad got to keep a blaster probably helped.
I have one, I was given this thing at the rap party.
But of course, it makes traveling and going through security checks more complicated.
And I was trying to grab it to say, no, it's just a prop. And everyone, no, don't touch it, don't touch it. They asked me to go out, sign a letter. I had to show them in my phone, like pictures of the character, myself grabbing the blaster, you know.
The 45-year-old actor shares 2 children with his ex-wife, actress Camila Sodi. These days, Diego seems to be flying solo and fully focused on his career. He's been acting since he was 7 years old, working in TV, movies, and theater. You may recognize him from The Terminal, Dirty Dancing, Havana Nights, or Narcos, Mexico. His recent projects include the film Kiss of the Spider-Woman and the Hulu series La Máquina. And that's a wrap for this video. What did you think of Season 2 and the finale of Andor? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And as always, stay awesome.